We're here at the American Graphene Summit with Elena and Daniel, co-founders of Graphene 3D Labs. Welcome.
Oh,
thank you.
And I'd love to start just maybe telling me a little bit about the story of the company and some of the things that you're working on currently.
Sure. Elena and I founded this company in 2009.
Okay.
At this time, Elena was working in the Columbia University with Konstantin Novoselov and Andrew Game on the graphene. And graphene storage just started, but she saw the actual commercial potential of the new material, and that's how we started with the company.
Okay.
Yeah, so our company is one of the oldest companies in graphene business. So we started by offering a line of materials for research and development. And for many years we've learned to work with graphene. And about 5 years ago we started working with graphene composite materials, and we've introduced several graphene products to the market. So our first graphene-enabled product was materials for 3D printing.
Okay.
And so we hold the record in the best electrical properties for 3D printable materials. And after that, we introduced a product line of conductive epoxies. So again, we have very innovative products. And recently, we started working on a new project. So we're working on new hybrid materials. So we combine graphene, epoxies, or different types of resins with either carbon fiber and glass fiber.
Okay.
And it's truly, those materials truly have innovative potential, because in this case we address a huge market. So market size for carbon fiber composite materials is over $18 billion US.
Wow.
And for glass for glass fibers, it's even more. So it's more than $100 billion. And those materials have a well-known problem. So they have incredible strength and stiffness, but on the other hand, they have relatively poor impact resistance.
Okay.
And by adding graphene to the specific material, we can greatly improve impact resistance and crack resistance. So if I can convert those scientific terms into something which is easy to understand by somebody who is not a scientist, apparently we all heard stories when airplane is hit by a bird or by hail. So it's quite common that actually you can break carbon fiber material which is used to make airplanes. And apparently if you can make safer materials, so you can make lighter materials, because when they build airplanes or other structures out of carbon fiber, you can actually use thinner layers.
Okay.
And as a result, if you can make lighter materials, of course you can save on fuel, and actually it's going to have a tremendous economic potential.
Excellent. Great. Thank you for that overview. If you could tell me a little bit about just what you're seeing in the graphene industry today, specifically in the United States as well, and where they stand maybe in comparison to other nations around the world or the international graphene community.
Well, I would love to see this industry growing, and the graphene products surrounding us, and graphene should be used, because it has so many different applications, should be used almost everywhere. And I think we are getting there. As far as the United States is concerned, I think it should be the leader of this industry. And it was always, this country was always a leader of all innovations, and why graphene should be different. It's a really innovative field.
And if I can add, so apparently if you consider Europe, in Europe there is a lot of funding for graphene, and in the US it was almost no funding for graphene. So in Europe quite often you can see projects when people just try to add graphene for the sake of getting more government funding. But in the US, if you see commercial activity around graphene, so it should be real commercial value, because we don't have luxury of additional government support.
Sure.
And I think that most of early graphene companies actually were formed in the United States. And as we see that after many years, companies grew up and matured. And I think that if we get more government support, that the US is definitely going to lead the innovation in graphene space.
Excellent. And could you talk a little bit about the value in partnering with National Graphene Association, and specifically here what they've been able to do as far as bringing stakeholders together and federal support from the government advocacy as well?
Yeah, I think it's very important that right now we finally we have our voice heard, because what I can see in on many different conferences, that sometimes opinion leaders are people from academia, and sometimes they don't understand challenges we face as an industry.
Sure.
And in this forum, it probably is the first forum I attended where people from industry actually, they're the leading driving force, and finally we can outvoice our problems. And apparently, I think that right now we're kind of reaching the turning point.
Yep.
And probably if you followed like my presentations over years, so even 2 years ago I was extremely skeptical and pessimistic, but right now actually I'm one of the most optimistic people in graphene, because I feel that right now we really see the turning point and we see development of real graphene products where graphene adds real value. And I think that it's extremely important that people actually focus on actual values that graphene products can bring. And I think that here actually it's very right mood right now. So people actually demonstrate real products with real proof of commercial value. So
Excellent.
we are very happy to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
Yes,
Of course.
What I can add there, that's what National Graphene Association doing is good. It's actually terrific, because it's providing us with a forum when we can come and discuss all the important matters, how to move our industry forward. So it's actually solidifying the industry, and also it's conveying the message that from all these graphene producers and makers of graphene products to other people and the regular crowd. How to use graphene product, what graphene products are good for, and so on. So I believe that NGA doing is a very important job.
Appreciate that, and we've heard a lot of good things about kind of facilitating that accelerating, communications between the industry here today. And it sounds like there's a lot of really exciting outcomes, hopefully, that will come from that collaboration.
Great.
So I appreciate both of your time, and look forward to hearing more from you tomorrow.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Nice talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.